Okay, so the scenario you're talking about is, let's say you're a young new college graduate and you don't have a lot of cash and you're going to have, a steady income, and you say, hey, I want to do what's best for me and for the long term for money. Well, that is a perfect opportunity for what some people call house hacking. And so what you may want to do there is consider, just instead of renting an apartment for say $1,200, $1,500 a month, instead just go buy something, a small house, maybe 2 or 3 bedrooms, and you can actually, have your mortgage, your PITI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, be at or maybe even less than that rent. So instead of paying $1,200 a month for a small studio apartment, you're paying $1,200, maybe $1,400 a month for a 2 or 3 bedroom house. Now you get a roommate, and you suddenly collect rent. Let's say you charge your roommate $800, and suddenly you're only living in there for four, $500, $600. Okay, that's option one. What happens in a year from now is you've got a great loan product with a low interest rate. And after a year, you can move out and go do this again, or move to another town, or whatever the case is, and turn this into a full-time rental where you hire a property manager, you have contractors who do the work. It's not giving you a headache because there's ways that you can make it actually work as a business. And you now have this house that you are renting out for maybe $1,600, $1,700, and your cost is $1,200 or $1,300. Wow, you're actually making money. And while that's happening, the tenants are paying rent, which is being credited towards your mortgage. So you're getting principal pay down, which is adding to your net worth. You have capital appreciation on the property, which is adding to your net worth. And all these numbers, this cash flow that you've got coming in, you're actually just going to bank that into an operating account so that when the water heater goes and you're like, it's $800, I don't care because I got $5,000 in there that's ready to deploy, and I'm just calling a contractor, or the property manager is, and taking care of the problem for you. So it's a piece of cake. Now, I did have a conversation just today, actually, with a young man just finished in college. He's off to his first job, starts in a couple weeks, and he's looking for a place. And I said, well, have you thought about, this scenario? And he says, no, he doesn't want to. And I think a lot of times people get caught up in the fact that I don't want responsibility. I don't want to have to think about a property. I don't have the money. I can't put 20% down plus closing costs. And a $200,000 house, that's $50,000. I don't have 50 grand. You don't always need that. You don't need 20% down. That is a fallacy. First, if you are a VA, a veteran, you have a VA loan benefit, and you can buy it for no money down. All you're going to have is closing costs. Just call it 3%, maybe $6,000 on that $200,000 house. On the other hand, let's say you have no benefit like that, and you've got fine credit. You can get a conventional loan, 5% down, and you're just going to pay some PMI, some private mortgage insurance. It's not that much money, and you can actually put 3% down plus closing costs. You're in for this thing for like $12,000-$15,000 all in at closing. You got yourself a house. You bring in a roommate, defray the cost, and you're living. Shoot, there are some people who do it rent free. I mean, the opportunities are mind blowing. And while that's happening, they're paying in to pay down its principal pay down, which is adding to your net worth. You've got capital appreciation on the property, because in the end, real estate's going up in value. In the end, all mistakes in real estate can be fixed with time, because in the end, it's going up in value. Eventually, it will. Even if the market corrects, even if you're a bear, even if you think that the housing market's going to crash 50%, it's still going to come back up, and you're still going to be making money in the end. So something to consider, that if you are that young professional, you just graduated college, and you go, yeah, but I only have $500. How am I gonna get together $15,000 or $20,000? That can be a problem. So what are some solutions? The easiest is to get a gift from a family member. It has to be a gift. It has to be from certain family members, typically mom or dad, brother or sisters, things like that. And they can gift it to you. Can't be a loan legally. It has to be a gift, and they can use that. If that's not a thing, maybe you can partner with somebody else, and you go, hey, we're both going to buy this house together. We're going to team up. We'll both be on title. We'll both be on our names will both be on the deed, and both our credits are run, and you're putting the money forward. And, maybe you own more. You can work out some deal with somebody else where they go, I got $20,000. We can buy this thing together. Boom. I got half a house, right? And I didn't put any in. Maybe I pay him rent. I don't know. There's ways that you can figure this out where, hey, I might be 22 years old. There's no reason that I can't start my real estate empire today. Just think, if you did that just one a year, by age 30, you're a millionaire. It's possible. Really good question. I really like that question. It's a good discussion. So what we need to talk about next time is, once you do that first one, what happens next in the next year, and how do you leverage that into becoming that millionaire at 30? Let's run those numbers next time.